When you look around here, you just see nothing but glass.
We've lined our streets with towers of glass.
That building right there is just unbelievable. We thought about it a lot right after the Oklahoma City bombing.
Emergency planners are thinking about it again. If a terrorist were to set off a car bomb in downtown Minneapolis,
you're going to have a shock wave.
You're going to have broken glass flying everywhere.
There's going to be a lot of projectiles.
A lot of people won't have a chance.
If you look at the window just behind me, imagine if that was a bomb blast, and that was outside, all those pieces of glass now turn to daggers, and I would be literally impaled from behind.
Nothing in our building codes requires the installation of bomb-resistant glass. We never thought we'd need it. And we've built them unbelievably vulnerable. Now that we've been warned of possible terrorist strikes against soft targets like high-rises and shopping malls.
This is what we prevent.
You're inside a secret production facility in Canada, where to prove it, he wants me to gunshots, Molotov cocktails, even car bombs are all considered part of product research and development.
When you look at it, do you think this is going to stop a bullet?
A thin piece of plastic that Mr. Fabian claims could save your life.
We've built all these massive towers of beauty out of glass, but no one knows how to protect them.
Glass, he says, is the weakest link in securing a building. But Fabian's company discovered over a decade ago that by applying a thin layer of plastic to one side, something amazing happens. To prove it, he wants me to smash this car window with a bat. It shatters, but there's no flying glass. Now watch as I take the bat to this quarter-inch thick window pane.
3, 2, 1.
Again, nothing penetrates the side with the plastic coating.
All right, let's take this outside, and we'll throw a Molotov cocktail at it now. All the damage is on the outside.
What started out as a product to deter thieves and vandals has evolved into a shield against terrorism.
Where you apply this to quarter-inch and half-inch glass, and yes, we'll stop bullets.
Can this newer, thicker plastic really stop bullets?
These are real bullets. Let's safety first.
We've set up 4 cameras for this next demonstration, including one directly behind the target. That's a .38 revolver. Next, a shotgun. None of the bullets passed through the protected glass. In fact, they bounced off. Fabian says his product can even stand up to a bomb.
We blew up 4 cars last year. We parked cars 8 feet in front of 3 windows.
This is the company's video of those tests.
The evidence shows that we will stop the shrapnel. We'll stop flying doors, bumpers, anything that comes off that car and hitting our windows protected with our product. We will resist that.
Since 9/11, governments and businesses from around the world have come knocking on Fabian's door, wanting glass protection.
Things have changed now that people are very aware of who their neighbor is.
The building you're looking at is Canada's Customs and Revenue Department, the Canadian equivalent of the IRS. They want blast protection on their windows because the building right next door is considered a potential terrorist target. It's the U.S. Embassy. Yes, the embassy has laminate on its windows, as do a number of U.S. military bases, airports, and other facilities considered high risk.
I can see within the next 5 years this is going to be a staple product for all new construction or for existing windows.
Mr. Fabian says his Minnesota customers include both nuclear power plants and Target. What's making this product attractive is the cost. It sells for about $15 a square foot, and it goes on existing windows. For the investigators, I'm Jeff Ballion, Fox 9 News.
Oh, wow.
And we're holding a sample of it right here. It's lightweight.
It
There's
is.
nothing to it.
Nothing
you
to
can't
it
really
at all.
tell that it's anything more
Okay,
than a
here we
piece of
go.
plastic.
Yeah. Easily bendable. And the great thing is all the windows wouldn't have to be replaced. This would just be put on over the glass windows. Yeah. Mike's thinking about investing
Yeah.
in the company.
Name again.
Terrorism is no longer a grim spectator sport in faraway places on the evening news. Whether it's a Molotov cocktail or a massive car bomb, anyone can be next, no matter where you live. But engineers are planning, building, using new technology to make our cities safer in a changing world. To fight terror, you have to know your enemy. You have to stay one step ahead of the next deadly attack.
You know, every event changes how we look at protecting people. It's like a chess game. You know, every time they make a move, we have to make a counter move. And every time terrorists do something, we have to do a counter effect to that. And so it's really trying to build up on what we can do to protect the occupants of the building.
Glass is used everywhere. But for terrorists, it's as deadly as a bullet. Most deaths and injuries are caused by the collateral damage after a blast.
Glass is a very effective building product. It's aesthetically pleasing, inexpensive to use, and it makes buildings look beautiful.
This test shows the effects of a bomb blast on untreated glass. A deadly shower of flying daggers. This may be the solution. A thin but incredibly strong layer of polyester laminate. The same stuff that makes wash and wear shirts. Microscopic layers are sandwiched together with a super strong adhesive. the shock wave of the bomb hits the laminate, it safely disperses the energy over the entire pane of glass. Sheets of the laminate can be easily applied to windows, making them bomb resistant. Here's what happens. You can follow the shock wave along the ground as it approaches the window. Test footage in super slow motion shows the treated glass absorbing the blast energy. The laminate turns the window into a rippling protective curtain.
We're able to stop bombs as high as 2,500 pounds, as fast as 1,000 feet per second.
Sharpshooter Steve Casham loads up his 9mm Beretta. The mannequin behind this untreated pane is about to do his last fashion shoot.
Live fire! Fire at your discretion.
In order to see how the laminate works, the room is filled with smoke. This lets high-speed cameras pick up the path of the bullets.
Okay, live fire. Fire at leisure.
Slow-motion footage shows the protective power of the laminate-treated glass, providing a frame-by-frame analysis of how the laminate performs. It is so strong, the bullet shatters into pieces, mixing with dusty bits of glass. Depending on the threat level, they can make the glass stronger by adding more layers of laminate.
10 shots.
In this next test, a regular-sized laminated window has targets painted on it. The engineers are so confident in the laminated glass, they set up a camera directly in the line of fire. Bullets either bounce off or they're absorbed by the laminate, showing it won't weaken even after repeated attack. Given the current climate of terrorism, laminated glass offers a relatively cheap and effective means of security. Orders are way up, with shipments of laminate going all over the world. Laminates protect against attack, but they also can be used in a counterattack.
As a terrorist is shooting, let me take a sample of a 9mm bullet here. As the bullet comes this way, we will stop it because our product is on surface 2, the opposite side. However, if you were the security officer or a policeman on the inside and you were witnessing this, then you can confidently take your weapon, draw it, take aim, and your bullet will penetrate the laminate and take him out.
Here's how it works. When it hits, the glass slows down the bullet, and the laminate disperses the energy, preventing the bullet from going through. If a gun fires from the other side, the bullet cuts through the laminate, like a knife going through cloth. Sometimes, the most unsophisticated weapons can cause the greatest damage.
When you have violent protests, when you have civil unrest, be it politically motivated, economically motivated, and you want to make a point, throw a firebomb through a plate glass window, bomb a politician's office, a storefront, you're going to get attention. That's maximum damage for pennies.
A Molotov cocktail can set off a deadly blaze inside a building. Untreated glass is no match for a firebomb. Shipping containers to public buildings. We're making our cities safer in a changing world. Engineers are building defensively, designing stronger structures in steel and glass. In a world that doesn't feel safe anymore, the threat of terror is pushing the frontiers of construction.
Accused of bombing 2 U.S. embassies in Africa now almost 3 years ago.
A small Piper plane crashed into a 32-story government building in central Milan.
In recent years, it has become more difficult to maintain a sense of security. Violence has become a part of everyday life, but it isn't always caused by human action. A natural disaster can be as devastating as it quakes. No matter who you are or where you live, the reality is no one is truly safe. Personal, public, and national security is an escalating challenge, and our product is the solution.
To mandate, it's a reality. Ace manufactures a window laminate that is as thin as paper.
Banks, embassies, airports, and even private homes have secured their windows with Ace laminates. Clients prefer them over bars because they do not inhibit view through the window, and professional installation ensures that the film is applied properly.